Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to show you how to do this smoky eye look that I'm currently rocking. Can you zoom in? So today I'm going to show you how to accomplish this, and it's just a talk-through little demo. Obviously I'm not a professional makeup artist. This is just the way that I have found that I like best, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So enjoy! Okay, so now is the part of this video where I already did the rest of my makeup, normal foundation. I did my brows a little bit different, but we'll talk about that in a different video because I want to just jump right in. So today I'm going to be using the Urban Decay palette and shadow box, and it doesn't have a name on it. I've been looking since I got it. All it says is Beauty with an Edge, so I'm not sure if their whole new line is just called Beauty with an Edge or what that's about. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to blind you with the mirror there. But we're going to be using that today, and I'm super excited. And then we're also going to be using the Lorac Princess eyeshadow palette. And you probably care more about what's inside the palette. And hopefully you can see that. And I'm super excited, so let's get into it. Okay, what I do is prime my eyeballs. Not my eyeballs, my eyelids. And I am using the e.l.f. eyeliner and, what is it called? Eye primer and liner sealer. And I'm using obviously the primer side, and it just gives you a nice base, and I kind of just roll it on my eyes. I will warn you, this one is a little bit dry, so you will have to go in and do a little bit of blending. And if your hands are clean, I just use my finger, honestly. It just works better than a brush. Alright, okay, so now we're ready to apply our first color. And what I'm going to do, decisions. Natural palette, and it's just from Forever 21. My best friend got me this for Christmas this year, and it's, I think, like $8 or $10. It's not expensive, and you actually get quite a bit of shadow, and it's decent shadow. I mean, it's not like MAC shadows by any means, but it's also not like dollar store shadows, so it's pretty good. And I'm going to be using this color right here. It's kind of a bronzy color with just a tiny bit of shimmer, just for my crease. I usually try to use something more matte, but I forgot about that today. So we're using this one. And dust a little bit of that. And this is just a large brush by CB. I got these for Christmas. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure. Ooh, does it say on the back? It's called All Over Eyeshadower. It's got this little emblem. They're really nice. I got a whole set of them. I will put that in the description what they are. And I am just going to very easily tap this into right where your crease is. Gosh, can't talk. And then just very gently place it all over my lid, and then buff. Buff, 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 and buff and buff. Until you get it nicely blended out. And it's better if you use kind of a more dense, fluffy brush to do your blending. You're probably like, duh, Jenny, obviously that's easier. Okay, and now we're gonna go do the exact same thing to the other side. That is going to be our blending color. Please excuse my weird thing on my head. Oh, that's cute. This is called a turby, and it's just what I let my hair dry in case anyone's wondering. Anyways, back to the real reason you're here, which is makeup. So we're going to go into our Urban Decay palette now, and I am going to be using Smog. Let me get this up here. This is difficult. Okay, so we're going to be using Smog today, and I just put my finger in Tornado. And by the way, anyone who has this palette, don't you just love the names of these? Like Free Love, Tornado, Bordello, Indo, whatever, I don't know. Anyways, we're using Smog, and I'm going to find another densely packed brush that I really love to use. All right, and we're gonna dip into Smog pretty heavily here. And what I like to do, and I am using a EcoTools blending brush to do this. It's super dense. Here we go. It's super dense and nice. And I like to just start at the outer edge and pat. And leave just the tiniest little area on the inner corner with nothing on it. And just pat. and pat and pat. And then, if you haven't already guessed, I'm going to take my blending brush just as it is, and I'm going to go back in and just very lightly holding at the tip, just the end of it. It feels weird at first because it feels like you don't have a good enough grip. Oh, in case you're wondering, I am wearing a shirt. It's a tube top. That's why you can't see it. I just remembered that. But anyways, back to blending. We're going to take just the tip of it and just barely along those edges, just blend. If you're having trouble with your eyeshadow being kind of choppy or chunky, what you might be doing wrong, and I actually just learned this, is that if you're holding up close, like I was holding it like a pencil basically and trying to blend, you're just holding it too tight and you need to just lightly blend. And since I've been doing that, I've really been seeing a difference, trust me. So just blend that out until it doesn't look choppy. And you want it to look decently smooth and prettyfuls. And then of course you're going to go in with Smog again to the other side. So now, oh sorry, I keep moving around guys. I did yoga this morning and I'm a little sore. What we're going to do is take a pencil brush, or a precision smudger as this is called. And this is by that same CB. I'm really sorry, I promise I will show you guys down below what these are. But I love these brushes. They're super nice, super soft. And I'm going to dip into that same Smog color just with the tip of it. I mean, get a good amount on your brush, but you just want it on the tip. Just the tip. Anyways. Then we're going to go underneath your waterline right here and just kind of smudge this out, just barely. And again, I'm starting with the outer edge and working my way in and not going, oh, and I put it in my eye. Whew, okay, be carefuler than that. And I'm not quite taking it all the way in. I like to have kind of this outer edge be a little more smoked out. I'm sorry, I'm so terrible at keeping my eyes open. And just keep going back until you feel like it looks the way you want it to look. That's good. And then of course you're gonna go and do it on the other side. Okay, I had a bit of a camera disaster and I decided to back the camera up a little bit because it did look a little funny. So hopefully I'm still in the right spot. Okay, so obviously I've already done both eyes, so we have Smog all over. So now we're gonna go in for the little punch of darkness, which is something I love to do as kind of a light smoky eye. I'm gonna go for the full out dark smoky eye today, but I'm gonna show you where you could stop if you were gonna wear it to work or something. Depending on how much makeup you're allowed to wear to work, I obviously can kind of wear kind of whatever I want as long as it's nothing like crazy. But anyways, so we are going to go into our Lorac Princess palette. Let me try to cover the mirror here. Okay, see that? And we're gonna go for this nice kind of bronzy brown color right here. Hopefully that was enough time for it to focus. And I like to use this little tiny Shade Eco Tools brush. It's like this. I only use this brush for dark brown colors because I use it quite often. So I have a couple of these. These are like a godsend for me, at least when I'm doing a smoky eye look. So I'm gonna dip my brush in there, tap it off a little bit, and I'm gonna start on this outer corner and move my way slowly in. And that is one of the key things. When I started doing this in high school, it was like a block of color because I did not understand blending and going slow. So here we go. That's a little much. So I tap it about halfway along my crease, and then I start coming in on the lower. And at first you're gonna be like, oh, Jenny, that's not that much. Like, come on, man. We wanted something exciting. Hold up, I'm about to get there. So you're gonna go in again for some more, and again, just go slow, because it's so much easier to add than it is to take away. All right, so once you have tapped that very gently in there, and you've looked to see, oh yeah, I like the darkness, you're again going to go back to your blending brush and just very lightly along the edges blend. You don't want to go too much on the lid or you're going to kind of lose some of your color intensity, but definitely along the edges, just very lightly blend that bad boy so that it looks like the rest of your look. And don't worry if the top of your eye is getting a little bit crazy, because we do go in with a lighter color eventually. So everything will be smooth and evened out, hopefully. And then, of course, I don't need to tell you, we're going to go back and make the other eye match. Once you've done that, you've guessed it, I'm going to go down to my lower lash line and do the same thing I did with the lighter color, but this time I'm going to use this smaller brush again, and I'm also going to keep it on just this half outside area, and we want it to go closer to the lash line so it looks like layers of color just like on the top of your eyes. Now you want to be careful, because if you do overdo the lower lash line, you can end up looking like a raccoon, and nobody wants that. Unless you do want that, and if you do want that, that's okay, but I don't. So here we go. Just very lightly, and it does help if you actually put your mirror underneath you a little bit. You guessed it, we're gonna take this little pencil type brush, what was this called? Precision Smudger, and we're gonna go in and just very easily blend this. Nice. Okay, last thing. Now obviously you could stop here, put your eyeliner on, put your mascara on, and you would have a good makeup look. But maybe you're going out, or maybe you want something a little bit more, just more, I don't know, but I like to do this as well. So I'm gonna go back into our Princess Lorac palette and take this last kind of dark brown bronze color, put this in front of my face so you can actually see it, and we are going to smoke this up just a little bit more. So I'm going to take this same smaller brush, I'm going to wipe off some of the eyeshadow, and go into this dark color here, and I'm going to do the exact same process, just more on the edge. So basically you're just building up all these different layers of eyeshadow intensity. And this one I'm going to leave a lot more prominent. I'm not going to blend it in quite as much, just leave it more of a prominent line on the outside. Now, when we're talking about the inside of the eye, I am going to blend this out because I don't want to look like a crazy person. Out of focus.
Which one was it?
The button like you're gonna take a picture. We're back. Okay, so basically I'm still just evening these out, and you basically just go as dark and as bold as you want to, but I definitely like to leave this kind of V shape to give you more of a cat eye. That's usually what I rock, is cat eyes, so that is what we are doing. And yes, makeup takes a lot of patience and blending and going back and layering, but it's all worth it in the end. Now, I am just going to take the smallest dab of this dark color on this little crease brush, and I'm going to just put it on the very outside, geez, phone. Just right out there, and that's it. I'm not going to drag it any further. Right, looking sexy. Ooh, ah, beautiful eyes. Okay, now that, oh, no, eyeshadow's not done. Wow, I almost forgot the highlight. Whew. Okay, so now I like to go in with this little tiny brush. It's called a smudge brush by Eco Tools. And I'm going to go back into my Princess Lorac palette and take the lightest color over here and put it on this little baby brush. And I'm going to pop that right on the inside of my eyes here. Right on the underneath where I didn't put any dark. And then right up here on my brow bone. Maybe I should have grabbed a bigger brush. This would be the time if you don't like the way the top part of your eyeshadow looks. You can begin to kind of go around the edges with this and blend the positives. So again, if you don't like the way this looks up here, just keep blending. Take some of that highlight, blend it in, make it look the way you want it to look. I don't mind the harshness. I actually like mine like this. Maybe, let me see what I look like. Yeah. And I am just going to be using a gel eyeliner today. It is the Maybelline Eye Studio in Black is Black, and I have heard lots of beauty gurus talk about this. This stuff is fantastic. I love it, and I am using an e.l.f. small angled brush to apply it. And when I do smoky eyes, sometimes I do cat eyes, but a lot of times I just like to give it kind of a smoky dark line. And what I do is I purposefully just kind of smudge my eyeliner. I don't want it to look like a perfect line or anything like that. Just a nice smudgy black accentuating line. And just keep playing with it. That's what I always do. And then I take just the smallest hint of what's left on my brush and do this outside corner. Ah! Alright, here we go, eyeliner. So now that I have my eyeliner actually applied, I'm going to go back to that e.l.f. eyeliner sealer. If you remember, it was the same thing that had my primer in it. And it's just this clear little doodad like so. And all you do is I just tap it onto my eyeliner. And it's supposed to seal it in, and I tell you what, every time I use it, my eyeliner definitely stays on longer. And I'm one of those people that my eyeliner smudges like instantly, so anything that'll make it stay a little bit longer, I am down for. And if you've never used e.l.f., it's usually kind of a hit or miss, depending on your skin type and all that, but it's definitely worth a try. They're usually like anywhere from $1 to $3. This was $1 and I love it, so give that a try. Now we're going to use the torture device to curl our eyelashes. And I always just pump mine. I don't put on mascara before. I used to do that, and it rips out your eyelashes. Turns out that's not so good for you, so I would suggest curling them before you put any mascara on. And since I was already using Urban Decay's Beauty with an Edge, we're going to use the Urban Decay Perversion mascara for our first coat. And I really like this. It comes with this nice fluffy brush. It is kind of a wetter mascara, so just if you don't like that, this might not be for you. And I don't know if you're like me, but one eye always seems to get more mascara. We'll even that out, don't worry. Next, because I do like to use a combination of mascaras, that's what I've found to work best. And this is one of my all-time favorites. This is Too Faced Better Than Sex. It really is. It is a fantastic mascara, and it's got a nice little brush like this. And I just love this stuff. It just makes your eyelashes go from drab to fab in like 2 seconds. And I have fairly long bottom lashes, so I do give them a nice little coat. Just not too much, obviously. And of course, I managed to get some on my face because this is my life. So you can already see a difference, like, between this eye and this eye. It's fantastic. You kind of want to envision when you're doing mascara, like, that you're, like, teasing your eyelashes. Okay, we're back, and hopefully in focus. We're almost done. I just applied my first coat of Better Than Sex, but if you remember, I put on Perversion first. Anyways, I had a little disaster. Had to clean up my face a little bit. But my last little thing that I like to use, this is kind of my, when I'm doing smoky eyes, I do this combination of mascaras. And the last one is Tarte Lights Camera Flashes. I dropped it. This is like false lashes in a tube. This is one of my absolute favorites. This and the Too Faced Better Than Sex are my absolute favorites. And it's the same thing. You just pretend like you're teasing your eyelashes. And I tell you what, this brush, it's like a little comb, and it just gets in there and separates your eyelashes, but still makes them look full. For us girls that don't wear false lashes, this is like holy grail. If you're going to spend money on makeup or you're looking for a way to get into better makeup, these two are seriously holy grail items. I got them for Christmas. I got this one last year and this one this last year. So 2 years ago, I guess, whatever. Anyways, I got them in like a little kit that Sephora puts out as like their best products. Got that for Christmas, tried them out, and these two have definitely so far, let's see, I've gotten the mascara thing 3 years in a row for Christmas. These two have been my holy grail all 3 years. They've been my favorites. Of course, they've only been out 2 years, but these have been my absolute favorites. Holy grail items. The other one I don't have, but it is Smashbox Bionic Lashes or something like that. It came out a couple years ago. That one, whoo! Those are my 3 favorites, definitely. Alright, as you can tell, my hair is much lovelier now than it was in the weird pink turby thing. And if you are interested in looking into one of those, if you have longer hair, they are fantastic. And I believe I got that for Christmas a couple years ago, but I'm pretty sure they have them at Bed Bath & Beyond. That seems like a Bed Bath & Beyond type thing. Anyways, it's fantastic if you're interested. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it helps you out with something. This is my completed all-together look. I will list the makeup that I use in the description box, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and make sure to give this a thumbs up if you like it, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I will love you forever. Mwah!